Alright guys, I'm going to be showing you guys 15 tips to use on Nighthaven, whether you're defending or attacking. Let's get started. As for the first cool spot, we're in IT room on the second floor. You guys can actually jump on this desk and hide right behind this little panel right here. That's if they get the wall open. Now, I typically like doing this with mute, that way because they can't drone here. If they try to drone here, the drone's going to get mute jammed, and then they can't use that for intel. If you want to cover that side of the floor as well, just put a mute jammer on the other side of the wall. It'll take care of it, and this is just a nice little hiding spot to use to get some free kills on attackers not paying attention. Guys, for the second tip, if you guys are playing upstairs, typically you'll make head holes on this wall right here and reinforce the left one. That way you can watch any attackers coming from the doorway or the wall if it gets open. But if you guys want to electrify this wall too, because sometimes attackers do like to open this side, you guys can put a K-Claw behind the TV like this, and the TV is actually going to conceal the K-Claw, and you're going to be able to electrify the wall, and it's going to make lives much difficult for the attackers. For example, a Twitch who's trying to find the K-Claw inside sight in general, but they're not going to know it's behind the TV right here. Now, if you guys want to electrify this wall, typically in this wall you make a rotate, I just reinforce it, but if you want to electrify these two walls, best K-Claw to put it will be just underneath here, like this. You're going to want to throw it right here by the light, and as you can see, this wall is going to be reinforced as well, and it's going to make lives much difficult for the Twitch or floors that are looking for the K-Claw. They're not going to know it's all the way down there below. Alright guys, for the fourth tip, on Nighthaven, you guys are going to want to make a hole right here. This is going to allow you to see the window right below IT. Now, this window is pretty common for attackers to go through. So if there's someone trying to destroy bandits or a K-Claw below, the floor right here, they typically open this window. You can use this angle just to shoot them and kill them before they can get the chance to destroy the utility on the wall. This is a common window that they also use to enter if you guys are playing in basement. This is the window they'll go through to play above and play vert, so you guys can get the jump on them and get a kill and perhaps kill the ram, the fuse, or whoever's playing vert right here. The next tip, you guys can actually shoot the default cam in warehouse from outside. Just make sure no one's peeking out of this door so you can do this safely. You're going to want to shoot the third panel from the top, and you're going to see part of the crane here, but you're going to see the default cam right here, and you're going to shoot the cam like that, and it's going to help you guys get in there safely. If you guys want a camera for assembly right here in basement, you guys can put it right here. Surprisingly, this is actually a good camera spot, even though it might be in plain sight. But looking for the wall, as you can see, this camera is going to be almost invisible just because of the light and the features inside the room. So if you guys get on the cam, you guys can clearly see all the room, the breach. You guys can see a little bit in the pillar as well, and this camera is going to be really useful. And another good thing about this camera is it's not going to get destroyed by the players playing vert, because this panel right here, it's not destructible, unlike that one right there. So this camera should stay up pretty much the whole round. If they're defending upstairs on the second floor, you guys can put your drone on this side. This is going to be a really nice, convenient way to keep your drone alive and be able to have complete control of sight without defenders knowing where your drone is. Obviously, this is a safe way to do it through this drone hole. Just make sure all this is clear, and when they're not paying attention, just get on top of the desk like this. Obviously, from this angle, you guys can see all of A site, the most common spots defenders like to hide, which is behind the chastity right here, the desks right here, and then the corner over there. And you can also just use this to hide your drone if they're getting spotted and they're trying to find the drone. Another cool spot I like to use, if you guys want to put a drone on A site and make sure it's completely clear, you guys can just use this drone hole, make sure it's safe and that defenders aren't paying attention so your drone doesn't get shot, and just put your drone underneath this little cart right here. This is going to allow you to see all of B site essentially, and you guys can see the most common spots defenders like to hide, which is behind pillar or perhaps a little bit right next to electrical door, and this will help you guys win more rounds. Tip, if you guys want to play vert whenever they go basement, you guys can. I'm going to show you guys the most common spots to either sledge or ram. That way you can see the most common angles defenders like to hide in when defending basement, watching the breach. So obviously you're going to want to break this area. This is going to allow you to destroy anything that's on the wall right here. And from this angle, you could also see the default spot for attackers, which is in this cubby right here. But here you can shoot anything that's on the wall. Now, most of the time, defenders will bring a mirror if it's available. So just go behind the box right here, and you can see the half wall where the mirror is typically played at, and you can shoot the mirror from this angle, or perhaps a little bit like here, and you'll have a better angle to shoot the mirror from. You guys can also put one here, because at times defenders do like to hide around here as well. So this is also going to give you some cool angles to use on attacking. Quick, you guys can actually put a val cam underneath the cart in IT. This cam is going to be really useful because it's going to be really difficult for attackers to spot. So you just want to come to storage, line yourself up with the box, shoot this destructible ceiling right here, and you're going to see the val cam once you see the cart underneath. As you guys can see, this cam is going to allow you to see all of IT essentially, and you guys can use this for a C4 spot. Once they get control of IT, you can just throw the C4 underneath. Most of the time, attackers do like to crouch or just peek behind this little cart right here on the shelf, so you can use this for a good C4 spot, and it'll kill anyone in the area. Another common C4 spot I like to use, if you're defending kitchen, you guys can put one underneath this plant right here, so this is going to cover all of meeting. Eventually, attackers do like to play this site a lot for vert, so they'll typically enter through this window or that one and just ram it or fuse, whatever the case might be. If you're playing inside with a C4, you can just put the C4 underneath the floor right here, and this will get anyone in the area. Plus, this camera's not really easy to see. Just make sure you don't hard ping, that way they don't see the light. But regardless, like, the plant's gonna do a really good job of hiding the Valk cam, because all they're gonna want to make sure is that this room is clear. They're not really gonna be looking for like intel or cams or anything. As long as they don't see a defender roaming up here, they're just gonna jump in most of the time immediately. Playing Capcan, you guys could actually put traps on this door. This is a pretty common door for players who are playing vert. Once they destroy the floor panel, they'll typically push through this door to make their way onto EXO. That's if they're not pushing the window. And most of the time, attackers will look this way, not over here, because you're not gonna have a defender playing in this corner right here. They'll simply look this way, and they'll just simply walk through these Capcan traps, making it way easier for you guys to get kills. Now, the only way these Capcans get noticed if there's a drone or if they have an IQ. But regardless, most attackers, they're just going to be focused on the next room if there's any defenders roaming, and they're just going to walk through the door without seeing the Capcan traps there. If you guys want, you guys can also put Capcan traps on this double door right here. Now, the only thing you have to be aware is sometimes attackers do push in through the window, and these could be noticed easily. But for attackers who are playing vert and they push through the doorway, push right here, they're going to be focused on EXO stairs, and you don't want to put them on this side because it's more easy to notice the Capcan traps being placed. So just make sure you do it on this side as low as possible. And from this angle, you're not going to be able to see the traps, and it should help you guys get another free kill. A good Valk cam you guys could use is for vending right here on the first floor. You guys can put it on the corner right here. Attackers who jump in through this window, they're going to mostly try to get the hatch or just push that EXO. You guys could actually put a pre-place underneath the floor right here. I'm going to show you guys where that's at. You guys put it on this yellow ping right here, right next to the hatch. It's going to kill anyone that's jumping through the window, and that's going to be a free kill for whoever's playing the C4 spot. Alright guys, let's say if you don't want to use a pre-place C4 spot, you can just make holes right underneath this window right here if they're going to jump in through the window. If you're playing basement, defending it, obviously. Most of the times they're just going to drone in the room, make sure it's clear. They're not really going to look for these holes right here. So when you catch them lacking, when they're jumping through the window and actually doing the prompt, you can kill them, and that's going to be a free kill because their gun's going to be down and they're not going to be looking down once they jump in, so that should help you get a free kill. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let me know in the comments down below what other videos you guys want to see.
Office. Right side, go.